It's fun. Welcome to the Brain Gangster Podcast. I'm your host, meditation and wellness expert, Stacey Turis, along with my mindful money maestro friend, Carrie Tredway. What up, Carrie?
What up?
Hey, what's going on? What? Go.
I was fixing to say what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I just wanted to let all of our listeners know that we have incorporated video into our podcast. So now you get to see how dumb we really are.
Now you can put a face to our dumbasses. I'm Carrie. I'm the dipshit. And that's Stacey over there.
The other dipshit.
The
other dipshit.
The other dipshit. Dipshit 2.0.
Hey, but listen, we just talked about this. So doing this video added extra pressure, right? Because normally we're doing a podcast. We have notes everywhere. We have stuff written down. We have to read stuff because there's so much information. And so we were just sitting there trying to do this. We had to start over because we were trying to do this podcast and we're trying to come up with this information from memory. So I told Carrie, I was like, you know what? This is just an inside look at what we normally do. And we just got to be real. And we read shit, man. We have to. So this is us real.
I mean, I cannot memorize. I promise you that. I can remember this stuff, but I can't memorize the words to convey it to everybody else.
So much information that we go through all the time. I dump information all the time as I put new info in.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about is just the fact that we're going to start doing interviews with really cool, badass people.
Yes, I can't wait.
Way more exciting than our dumbasses.
Yeah, I mean.
So that'll be on the next podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
All right, but today we are going to be talking about from the bedroom to the boardroom. Whoa! So we're going to be talking about the awesome ways that sex can help you be more healthy. We like being healthy, right?
Yep. We like sex.
And we want to learn ways to be more productive. So we're going to show you some ways with some awesome music and how it can help with productivity. And you just frowned.
I frowned. I was listening to productivity.
Well, I have a hard time with that word, but just in general, this particular show is going to be a little rough on me because this is way out of my comfort zone.
Carrie does not. Well, okay, we say you don't like talking about sex, but you'll totally talk about sex, but just not in front of people.
Yeah.
You'll talk about sex with me.
All day long. I'll make you feel uncomfortable.
Way more information than I would ever want, which is what's so funny because you're like, I can't say ejaculate.
Oh, I don't want to say that. Please don't say that. I have a code word I've made for this. And anytime that E word is something I'm supposed to say, I'm going to say bingo.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to it. All right. So go ahead. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was saying, but it's super uncomfortable for me to talk about this, but I'm going to do it for everybody because great things come whenever you leave your comfort zone.
Yeah, it does. That's where the shit happens, man.
I'm going to leave my comfort zone.
For the
great things come. Boom.
Okay, cool. Okay, and we have
what I did there?
What?
You see what I did there?
Oh, you said come. Good job. Okay. Gosh, I'm sure that our sponsors of today's show are just so happy that we segued from that into talking about them. Okay, tell us about Peace and Quiet.
Okay, so for today's show, we've partnered up with Peace and Quiet, and this is where we were saying, I can't memorize all this because this company is amazing. I don't want to forget any of their awesomeness.
Yeah. So read it. Read their description. I love it.
So Peace and Quiet is a small business on Etsy consisting of two sisters, Samantha and Rachel. They hand make personal gifts and have a range of wish bracelets. But the super cool part about it is that they're looking at the aspect of mental health. So mental health issues are something close to their hearts. And they thought people want a way to show that they are thinking of someone who is having these problems, right?
Yeah.
Since this is something that has previously been difficult for people to talk about, they're trying to help break that stigma because that stigma is everywhere. You can't talk about it. You can't say that you have it, blah, blah, blah. And we don't want people to feel like that. We want people to share that so they can get the help that they need, right?
Yeah, exactly. Talking about it releases it from your body too.
Oh my gosh. Luckily, Stacey and I, we let everything out. So there's, I'm not saying we're not mental.
We're totally mental.
You know the aspect of not trying to, follow that stigma, right?
Right.
But this cool company, Peace and Quiet, they have a wide range of wish bracelets to let people with anxiety, stress, and depression know that somebody's thinking about them, right? Because what happens is you can send that bracelet to somebody and they will be able to look at that bracelet whenever they're feeling, upset or anxious.
Can I read their little description?
Yeah, but I'm going to give a statement. Everybody, she's totally going to cry on this. So
I'm going to try not to. Okay, so this is how sweet they are, okay? And the top says, "You've got this." So the idea is to send it to a friend. So if I was an anxious person, feeling anxious, whatever, going through something, you would send this to me, right? And it says, "Take a breath when you're feeling anxious, close your eyes and make a wish. Then focus on this bracelet tied upon your wrist. Please remember there is nothing to fear." Dang it. This is weird.
God, I thought she was going to get it. I could see the lip doing weird things from the side. I thought, she's got it. She's going to do it.
"My heart is with you and I'm always near." And that is peaceandquiet.online. That's where you can see them. And they also have an Etsy shop and there's tons of bracelets. So it's for depression. There's all these wish bracelets that you can send people. So what's really exciting is that we're giving away 3 of these bracelets.
Woo!
And yeah, I'm excited. So just go to braingangster.com giveaways and enter to win. Yeah, enter to win one of these 3 amazing bracelets from Peace and Quiet. Love it.
And now you guys know that we're all real because she totally tried doing the corner clip, hide the tears look.
I'll probably have to hide it. Well, no, I think
we're done with the tears now. Now it's time to go from the bedroom to the boardroom or the boardroom to the bedroom.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start off with the bedroom.
Whoa.
So, and bedroom to boardroom. So we're using boardroom as any place that you would need to be productive. It was just way catchier to say bedroom to boardroom. So yeah, let's talk about sex. Let's start off with sex. I love talking about sex just because it makes Carrie squirm like crazy.
So scary.
All right.
But now I have some keywords. Bingo!
Oh yeah, just yell bingo. Okay, so if you need any more reasons to have sex, besides the stress-reducing qualities of a good orgasm, look no farther than the Brain Gangster Podcast, because we are happy to serve. Okay, here are ways that sex can make you healthier, okay? Regular sex actually wards off colds and flus. Did you know that?
Nice.
Our bodies create an antibody called IgA, which is immunoglobulin A. But that's what actually helps ward off the sickness. So they did a study and that people, after they have sex, their IgA levels go up 30%. So it's cold and flu season, baby. You got to be bumping and grinding to keep those bugs away.
Get your ass to the bedroom. Hey, guess what else? It can also help relieve stress and anxiety, which everybody's gonna be like, well, yeah, of course, it's a fun thing to do, right? Like, it sounds like no brainer.
Right, no brainer.
But if we're gonna talk about actual reasoning behind that statement, it's because of the hormones that are produced whenever you're in that bedroom with the right?
Yeah, doing that.
During orgasm, look at me, I said a big word.
Good, you didn't even say bingo.
Our brains release chemicals called oxytocin, right? And that helps us feel more relaxed. So that flood of those glorious oxytocins are flowing through, you're relaxed, you're less stressed, everybody around you is way happier. Boom.
Like you're physically less stressed. And the oxytocin is the same reason that it improves your quality of sleep. So, you know, like when every movie it shows like the guy rolling off and like going to sleep.
Right.
That's a legit thing.
Yeah.
Because with that oxytocin, even without an orgasm, sex lowers your cortisol levels and then it also promotes the production of melatonin. So there's a legit reason for nighttime sex.
I mean, that sounds like a great idea because you get some good mood levels for the next day. You get some good sleeps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we know that sex can also boost your mood. Again, these are all statements that you would think like, well, yeah, I know. Duh.
Right.
Right.
But we're like, why does it?
But why does it do this?
I feel like it helps. That's why I love doing this, because I want to connect the shit that we hear with the physiological and biological reasons, because then people will actually use them as tools to incorporate into their life. That's why I love talking about, okay, we all know the result, but do you want to know the action behind the result?
Well, yeah, because what we know from a mood perspective is that the flood of hormones that we already talked about during sex serve as a natural boost to your mood, which obviously we all need that natural boost, right?
Yeah.
Which makes sense why we tend to feel happy and relaxed after we got crazy in the bedroom or the boardroom, wherever you're doing this.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
not judging. We don't care. Kitchen, what else?
No, yeah. I mean, backyard, car,
garage,
elevator,
public restroom. Just saying for a friend.
Restaurant bathroom.
Side of the highway. They're just throwing these ideas out, you know. Those shoulders are there for a reason.
Yeah, they are.
Mom always said. But on a serious note, people who report more frequent sex obviously do report to have a happier mood. And that mood doesn't last for just that day. It can continually progress into like the day after. So just think about your circle, right?
Yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
It's a vibe that you're putting off in a positive way. So why don't you just try and keep that bedroom excited so that everybody else around you for the next 7 days can be like, oh, well, she's nice.
Yeah, or they'll be like, she just had a lot of sex.
Well, whatever, because it's called lasting feel-good effects.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, sex can also help with your heart health and with your overall fitness.
Yeah, it's
so
a workout.
This is so funny. Little bits of exercise actually improve your sex drive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so actually fitness and sex have a lot of the same actions inside the body. And so how sex can help your heart can help with your sex. And so the overall fitness, obviously there's exercise and everything, but sex lowering the stress helps your heart. And just being calm is so good for your cardiovascular system. So yeah, so if you want to improve your libido, go work out. And then you'll be like, I want some.
I just worked out.
I need it.
Hey, and we're not even touching on the fact that this is just a fantastic thing for you and your significant other, like from a relationship
there's
standpoint.
The whole partner connection part. Yeah.
Right. We're just talking about from a health standpoint. But, you know, something else to think about, which is a long ways off from us because we are totally like 19. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 19. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
In older men, frequent sex and orgasms is good for their prostate health, which is like a legit serious conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it really is. And us and you know, you're almost 40, but me in my 40s, like these old people things, what I considered old people things are my life, right?
Right. That's why I'm joking. Like, obviously we're not really 19. I'm joking. Like, this is a matter for us, but it really does. And it's a real situation that we want the men in our lives to have healthy prostates, right? And so it's literally a situation of flushing out those toxins with those orgasms to make sure that their prostates remain healthy. And there was literally a study done by Harvard that if you make sure and have bingo at least 21 times a month, there's a 33% decrease in your chance of having prostate cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
God, see, I cannot tell my husband that because he will use that against me.
And I just don't know where there's a negativity in this story. Like, hey, let's have sex 21 times this month. Sounds like a great month.
I feel like that is a lot of sex, and that's why masturbation can also come into play. Because it doesn't matter how you get it out, just get it out.
I mean, I guess if you're donating sperm, it's still bingoing.
Yeah, you're still bingo.
I just noticed I'm so nervous. I'm like moving my arm around like, oh, what do I do? I'm so afraid. I don't even know what to do.
Ejaculation.
Oh, bingo.
Okay. Also, sex is a natural painkiller. So when we have sex, when we have an orgasm, it releases those endorphins. As we know, endorphins send a message to your nerves and calms your body. Happy. Yeah. So if you have any pain, like my arm hurts right now.
My elbow, I got tennis elbow.
I better go have sex.
I'm glad you didn't make me have to use the word bingo on that.
No, I don't.
Speaking of pain, you know what? This is a personal choice here, but if you think this is a good idea and you want to do this, it's also very beneficial when you're on your period, because having sex can help with menstrual cramps. There is like a physiological aspect to the uterus being calm, and then all the flood of the hormones coming through and like, you know, contracting and making your cramps go away, right?
Right.
So if that's what you want to do, right? You do you.
Yeah.
You do you.
Do you.
Have sex while you're in your period. You won't have cramps, man.
All right, I dig it. Okay, this is a good one. Sex reduces incontinence. Okay, so a lot of people our age, especially women who have had children, we can't even laugh without tinkling, right? Like,
say goodbye to the trampoline parks.
Oh, trampoline was that was gone a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, laughing, sneezing, whatever. And so when you have an orgasm, that is affecting the muscles of your pelvic floor, right? So when you orgasm, it strengthens them, which then of course helps helps a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, it just supports like the uterus, the bladder, the small intestines, the rectum, basically everything of mine that prolapsed, right? Did everything except my uterus came out.
Your rectum was fine.
Are you sure my rectum was fine?
Rectum damn near killed him. I know what that's from.
I always say that, mate. I know my small intestines didn't come out because I would have been totally traumatized. But definitely my vagina. Oh, it was my vagina, my uterus, and my bladder. So I should have been having sex, I guess, is basically what I'm saying.
You should have been having more sex and more orgasms, because
more orgasms.
Floor muscles would have been a lot stronger. I still have all my muscles intact, and I jump on the trampoline daily, yo.
Oh, well, you must have good cellular structure.
Oh my God. I'm crazy like that. Hey, guess what else?
What?
It improves your mental health.
Ooh, ooh.
I mean, how are you going to walk out of the bedroom, headed to the boardroom angry after that session?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there is, especially if it's good sex, there is a nice, peaceful, calm that comes over you. And you're not going to be in a bad mood. If you just got your boots rocked off.
You're not walking out of there in a bad mood. So let's say you walked in there in a bad mood. You're walking out thinking that you are cool as shit and you're happy and your self-esteem was raised. Your mental health is on par at that moment.
And people are like, I smell sex and candy.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, you do. It was cotton candy. That's my stripper name. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it out there.
Okay, so basically we need to treat sex like we're taking a vitamin.
For real, like right? It should be a regimen. You know, you throw in like, I gotta hit the gym this week, and I gotta go do my sauna session or whatever it is that you do for your health. And he's like, oh, and I need to have sex 4 times this week.
Right. Dang.
But don't think of it like that. I didn't mean to make it sound like that, because it is fun.
Yeah.
Think about whenever you're talking about like, oh, I don't want to, I'm tired, or I have a headache or whatever, right?
You never want to in the beginning, and then like when you're finally doing it, you're like, all right, this is cool.
And you need to remind yourself of the way that you felt during said session on the times where you're like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to be, like I said, you're always going to be thankful that you did that.
Yeah, you will. You'll never regret it. I mean, unless it's someone that you don't want to deal with. There are lots of regrets that come with.
I was going to say there's definite chance for regret. But again, back to the statement I made at some point, that if you're in a relationship with a significant other, That's
You're
what we're
good.
referring to.
You're
I mean,
good.
like, you're talking about you hit the bar too hard and you wake up the next day, there may be some regrets.
You hit the bark too hard?
No, I said if you went to the bar and you wake up the next day, there may be some regrets.
I thought that was like a move I didn't know about.
Oh, you know, the bark?
Do the bark. Okay.
I envision it's like very rough, like sandpaper.
That's exactly what I envision. Like your back is definitely scratched up from the bark.
You don't have any skin on certain body parts.
Ew. Okay. Let's transition into an equally weird topic, but so cool. Okay. So the new rage for falling asleep is called slow lit. Okay. As in slow literature. And so what it is, oh, you know what? Let's get a message from our sponsor and then we'll talk about slow lit.
And I can do some slow lit for you.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Okay, we'll be right back. This podcast is brought to you by Brain Gangster Beats audio brainwave entrainment series. Brain Gangster Beats is a natural and super cool way to tweak your brain. Just listening to Brain Gangster Beats using headphones or earbuds can actually change your brainwave activity, which we all know is directly connected to your state of mind. Using different frequencies in the audio files, we can achieve whatever mental state you're looking for at that moment. Relaxed, focused, energetic, fearless, you name it. Visit braingangsterbeats.com to check out the entire series, downloadable by single or album. Okay, so sleep stories or slow lit, they're like bedtime stories for adults, okay? So everybody's having these different ways to fall asleep, you know, whatever. So they have the slow lit on audiobooks and on podcasts. And the goal is basically to help you wind down and drift off to sleep, okay? So you have to listen to it. I mean, you can listen to it. You don't have to have headphones, but you're just playing it. And so it's basically a story that's mixed with soothing words, music, sound effects. Headspace, the app, the meditation app, and Calm, the other meditation app, have just incorporated this into their apps too, because it's like such a rage. So basically it's just a a bedtime story peppered with visualizations, relaxation techniques, and breath work, right? So it's someone telling you a story, but then they're like, you know, he took a deep breath, whatever. So anyway, I thought it would be really funny. And I'm going to post a link to a real slow lit so that you guys can enjoy it from YouTube. Like it's a real story. But I just thought it would be funny to make Carrie read a little tiny story in a slow lit voice. Okay,
yeah,
Carrie?
she's going to share a real one. So don't try to go to sleep to this.
But I want to see how you would do your slow lit. I want to see it.
It's supposed to be in a monotone voice.
Yes, it is. And it should be very soothing.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Once
I'm
upon
ready.
a time,
Oh, sorry.
there lived a lion in a forest.
I don't think you're supposed to have an accent.
Oh.
I think people would be like, what the fuck accent is that? I can't go to sleep.
I don't know if it's an accent or it's just like Kansas coming out.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
So that's my monotone.
Okay, we'll just undo.
I have a little bit of German in me.
Oh, geez. All right, go ahead.
German chocolate. German sausage, whatever. After a while, there came a mouse and it started to play on the lion. Suddenly, the lion got up with anger and looked.
You are doing the fastest fucking slow lit read I've ever heard in my life. All right, you're done. You're done with slow lit. All right, I'm going to try it.
I told everybody, listen, I am not the real deal. You made me do this.
I know. I wanted you to do it so I could specifically make fun of you.
I felt like my original one was good, where I was just like, once upon a time.
It's the way that they do it is, once upon a time, there lived a lion in a forest. One day after a heavy meal, it was sleeping under a tree.
Hey, but listen to mine, because they don't want to listen to this full thing, because they know they're not going to sleep right now. But what's different? Do I get closer to my thing? Once upon a time, there lived a lion
who was hungry.
But you look angry when you're reading this, and
nobody can see me because they're just listening.
Okay.
And that lion hadn't had sex in over 21 days.
Well, it's not my thing, everybody. Get your own link from our braingangster.com website.
Yeah, that was super weird.
This is not us. I'm not slow. I might be lit, but I'm not slow.
You are lit.
And I might be slow.
I will post that on the Brain Gangster blog. I'll post a real slow lit story so y'all can go to sleep.
Whoa, Texas came out there.
Whoa, I know. Sometimes it does, but normally when I'm kidding.
Okay. It snuck out when you weren't looking.
Yeah, it did. All right, you ready to take it?
So let's take it from the bedroom to the boardroom, or the craft room, or the kitchen, or the playroom. Remember, we were just using that.
Yeah, right. Boardroom is our fun thing.
But any room where you need to have some productivity.
Yes. Okay, so that's what's amazing. We all know that there's so many benefits to music. I mean, it's healing, all of these things, but there are actually specific genres that will do specific things. So I think that's cool. So yeah, certain types of music can be beneficial, and sometimes it's either the music, sometimes it's just blocking out, like if you're at work, it's blocking out like annoying conversations or tapping on the computer, whatever. So other types though will sync your brain waves and actually let you go into a different state. So those are all the different ones. So let's start with, go ahead, Carrie.
So classical, which I feel like, again, this is something that we've all heard, right?
Yeah, that's like the most well-known one, I think.
But it is claimed that it helps to make your tasks be completed more efficiently. You can walk into an office and you can hear classical music, and you should see all the people typing, and they should all be efficiently working, right?
Right. Is that what happens?
That's what I envision, but they've dubbed this the Mozart effect.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because there's that connection between, like, when we had little kids and we did like the baby Mozart. Was it baby Mozart? Baby Einstein?
Yeah, baby Einstein.
Baby Einstein that incorporated all the classical music and stuff. I loved that. That was the only videos I'd let my kids watch, and those were awesome.
They were good, but it's like there's a connection between that classical music and that enhanced brain activity. So there really is studies behind this to showcase that your brain really reacts in a positive way,
right,
and more efficient when that type of music is playing.
Right.
I mean, they make it for babies, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to like make their brains smarter. Obviously, I was not one that listened to Baby.
They didn't have videos when I was a baby.
Okay, nature music. So listening to the sounds of nature, like waves crashing or a babbling brook, that's been shown to enhance cognitive function and concentration too. But nature sounds work best when they're like soothing sounds, just like I said, the babbling brook or whatever. Like if you're trying to put on nature sounds and it's like bird calls, it's like it's not gonna be
startling.
Yeah, or animal noises. Don't do that. So anyway, that's the thing, is like they think that nature music, the biggest thing is just, we know vitamin G, like we've done a lot of segments on how nature benefits you. So I think there's that connection, like you instantly feel calm because you're listening to nature, because nature is calming.
Right.
But also,
right.
But also you are muting some of those annoying extra sounds that could be going on, people carrying on tasks and all that stuff behind you.
Well, it's also important to make sure and try and find music that is between, it's actually from a beats perspective, right? So between 50 to 80 beats per minute.
That's what is a good
50 to 80. So it's not so much about the type of music, but that tempo.
Oh, right? Yeah, I dig that.
Because it's supposed to help you be more focused and productive. And it can enhance and stimulate creativity and learning. So there's a certain scientific level, that 50 to 80, that's not too much and not too much. It keeps you in that hyper-focused area.
We need to Google and see what songs are between 50 and 80 beats per minute, because I don't see myself counting it out to try it out.
Yeah, I would never remember to do that. But there's studies everywhere, but there's one that says that a 50 to 80 beat range puts the brain into an alpha state.
Ooh.
Whoa. And an alpha state of mind that allows us to be more receptive and open and less critical.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not listening to 50 to 80. I'm more like the 100 to 110 is where I've been.
Right. You're like,
I need to take it down a notch or 2 or 7.
you totally need to take it down a notch for calming, but you're always looking for stimulation. That's why your beats per minute are higher.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit a 5-minute mile here, people.
Right.
You
Oh
do
my
you.
God.
I'm gonna hit a 5-minute mile, bitches.
So yeah, you need that stuff.
But it's also the state of mind is what scientists associate with activities that involve our imagination, right? So when you like just calming and thinking about living or leaving that your brain space open to be able to be creative, right?
Right.
And it helps with your memory and your intuition, which again, intuition, I don't know if I've got much of that. So, and including our eureka moments.
Yeah, like going into flow or getting ideas, or just like the eureka moment that I had earlier when I was like, oh my God, I have a good idea.
Oh my God, I got an idea right now.
So speaking of putting your brain into states, the other thing that you can do is binaural beats and isochronic tones. And we're familiar with those because we have Brain Gangster Beats, which is a lot of albums at braingangsterbeats.com. It's, I don't know how many albums are on there, maybe 11, but it depends.
I was going to say 12.
Was it 12?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 12?
I don't know. I was going to say 12.
Oh, okay. I don't know. But anyway, one is for anxiety, one is for productivity, one is to cheer you up. I mean, it's like all these different, one is for athletes to get you in the state of mind that you're talking about to run your 5-minute mile.
Right.
And so
whenever you say athletes, obviously you think of me.
Totally. That's exactly what I think of. So I want to tell you what a binaural beat is though, because basically it's something that your brain creates when it's presented with 2 different audio stimuli of like varying frequencies. Okay. So basically in one side, you're getting a frequency, in another side, you're getting a different frequency. What it forces your brain to do is create a third one. And that is what gets you into. So depending on how the binaural beats and the isochronic tones are programmed into the song, that is what allows you to that's what allows you to sort of personalize where you want your brain to be. Do you want it to be in a creative mode? Do you want it to be in a calm mode? Do you want it to be in an excited mode? Do you want it to be, you know what I mean?
Well, so and you have to know that too. You have to be in a space where you know what you're craving or what you're needing.
Oh yeah. And that's mindfulness, like knowing where you need to be. A lot of us can tell when we need to be, taking it down a level, but that's the great thing. It's like 30 minutes. It's therapy. I mean, it is 30 minutes and you will feel so much different. And I have never had one person say that they don't love the Brain Gangster Beats. The other thing that we have on Brain Gangster Beats is the isochronic tones. So what they do is it's one tone, okay? And it's spaced so it turns off and on, okay? So it's kind of jarring. Like I tell people, it's not, when you start hearing it, it might feel mechanical, you know what I mean? It might not be like soothing, but your brain will sort of rig into it. And so that's why it works though, because that jarring is what takes your brain straight into it, where binaural beats have to binaural beats have to sort of, you have to create that one tone and then get into it. Isochronic tones are like, bitch, get relaxed.
Get it together. No. Get in the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. So, so just visit braingangsterbeats.com and we have those available too. And they're super cheap. Like we're not trying to make money off of it.
We're just trying to help everybody out, man.
That's all we want to do. We just want to
spread these vibes because as you can see, now that you've witnessed our faces, sorry about that, everybody. We know all this stuff and it's still a daily occurrence that you have to train and learn and review and assess
and repeat, make habits. It's muscle memory. It's making habit. It's doing the same thing and creating it where it's not something that you have to think about anymore. Now we love to try so much shit that we're constantly just trying stuff so that we can share it with our listeners. So, but I think when, you know, everything we've learned, I take the things that I know personally at that moment I can apply, because we're not going to do it all. Like that's like our podcast last week. It's like self-care has gone wild and it's turned into a job, and we're not all about that. So I'm about finding things that I can tweak myself.
Incorporate into your daily and make sense in your life.
Exactly. So yeah, that's why we're here. So this was our first video one. Not sure how it went, but anyway.
I feel really bad for everybody.
I don't think they care.
Bingo!
If we were perfect, we would be boring. Come on. We're real girls doing real shit, talking about real shit, experiencing real shit.
Gals.
And that is not perfection. Okay, so thank you for listening to the Brain Gangster Podcast.
Hey, don't forget to register for those bracelets by Peace and Quiet.
Yes, and visit them. Okay, so it is peaceandquiet.online is their website, and then go to Peace and Quiet on the Etsy, and they have an Etsy shop, and you'll see all the stuff. But we'll be doing that giveaway, so make sure you register, and we'll be drawing it, I'm sure Friday. That's what we did last time.
And then we always have to throw in a winner, vegan chicken dinner. A Vulcan dinner.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Can you see us? So hard.
It's fun.